Hey, greetings and salutations, everyone. It's Mr. Strobel, Mr. Jones, and Ms. Kerr here.
Hey, everybody.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Song reference you won't get, but your parents might. Ms. Kerr, Ms. Kerr, tell us, what have you been up to since you finished your internship?
Wow. Well, let's see. I graduated college.
Hey!
Yeah, I've just been doing odd jobs here and there, teaching piano. I got a kitten, and she is very cute. Her name is Gizmo.
I can attest to Gizmo's cuteness. It's very cute.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm glad to be back.
Cool. We're glad to have you here.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, it's good to be with you again as we continue exploring the instruments of the band. So far, we've looked into 2 of the 3 instrument families, brass and woodwind, and today will be the 3rd and final family, percussion. This is a big group of instruments, so buckle up and prepare for a wild ride.
Percussion instruments create sound through vibration, like brass and woodwind instruments. But while the vibration from wind and brass comes from the motion of the mouth against the mouthpiece, vibration in percussion instruments is created by striking the instruments with either your hands, a stick, or a mallet. There are a huge number of percussion instruments which create a variety of sounds, but students in beginning band will start out on a bell kit and then move to a snare drum. As you gain skill and experience as a percussionist, you get to learn more and more instruments and play in a wide variety of styles. Here is a great video that shows some of the many percussion instruments and styles you might encounter.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Musician First Class Chris DiChiara. I'm with the United States Navy Band in Washington, D.C. And today I want to talk to you about why I love playing drums and percussion. Now, there's 2 main reasons why. The first is that there's so many different instruments to play, and it never gets boring. It's always fun. So the second reason is that every note that you play is like a solo. Nobody else plays the notes that you're playing. If you're just starting to play, you might be given a snare drum first, or a Glockenspiel or bells. And if you get really interested, this is also what you can be doing. And those are a couple reasons why I love playing drums and percussion. I hope it inspires you to pick up a pair of drumsticks really soon. Thanks for watching.
In that video, you saw instruments that fit into 2 basic groups, pitched and unpitched. Let's dig deeper into the pitched instruments first. One important type of pitched instruments are the Mallet Keyboard instruments. They are played with mallets and have bars or keys that are arranged like the keys on a piano, black and white keys. Beginning percussionists start out on the bells, which are officially known as the Glockenspiel. Your German word for the day, Glockenspiel. A Glockenspiel has metal bars, but no resonating tubes below it. It is the highest pitch instrument of the mallet percussion family, and usually is played with two mallets, two sticks. The other metal-keyed mallet instrument in this group is called the vibraphone. It has a damper pedal, like a piano, that lets the player release the bar so that they can ring freely or be softened with a piece of felt, pushing on it with your foot. That combined with long resonator tubes that make it louder and a cool motor-driven fan that provides can give the vibraphone a very sustained sound. The xylophone now is a similar size to the vibraphone, but its bars are made of wood and its resonator tubes aren't quite as long, and it has a shorter, kind of more staccato sound. And the biggest pitched instrument, mallet instrument, is called the marimba. Like the xylophone, it has wooden bars and it's laid out like a piano, but it also has longer resonators like the vibraphone, so it has a more sustained and deeper sound compared to the xylophone. So this next video then takes you up close and personal with these awesome mallet instruments. Great performance. Which one is your favorite?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have the honor to introduce today's special guest topic, the one, the many, mallet percussion. So in this video, I'm going to explain the difference in the 4 mallet percussion instruments, which are marimba, glockenspiel, vibraphone, and xylophone. We are going to start off with my personal favorite mallet instrument, the vibraphone. The vibraphone has metal bars and are typically 3 to 4 octaves. All of these mallet instruments look like a piano the way its bars or keys are laid out. If we look at a piano, you see that its black keys are kind of over the top of the white keys. Well, when we go back to the vibraphone, you can see that they're all on the same level. That's one of the major reasons that you can tell it's a vibraphone. Another difference is its sound. Here's a clip of one of my favorite vibraphone players, Ed Sandin, showing us the sound that the vibraphone makes. The vibraphone has a really interesting feature that none of the other mallet instruments have, which is a motor. The motor is hooked up to this long rod with circles on them. They are under the bars yet over the resonators and spin to make a really neat sound. Here are a few fun facts about the vibraphone, then we will move on to a different instrument. The vibraphone is the only mallet instrument you will ever see in a jazz band. You can play the instrument with 2 or 4 mallets using yarn mallets. The nickname for the vibraphone is Vibes. The first vibraphone was made in 1920, and one of the first famous players were Lionel Hampton and Milt Jackson. Now we are going to move on to the Glockenspiel, or mostly known as bells. The bells are much smaller than the other mallet instruments by a few yards, and are normally 2 octaves. They are also located in a case so they can be easily transported. This instrument is played in an orchestra. In fact, some people even call them orchestra bells, and they are played with plastic or brass mallets and will ring for days. The bars are metal and quote-unquote black notes are over the white keys, just like a piano. Here's a remodeled design of what the first Glockenspiel looked like. Notice how there's only 1 layer of bars. Here's a clip of the Glockenspiel being played. Notice how long the bells ring for. I have to say that out of these 4, the bells are my least favorite. Ah, the xylophone. Such a classic go-to. I'm sure when you think of xylophone, you think of this. Or you think the only word in the English language that starts with X. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. The range of this instrument is 3 to 4 octaves and can be played with rubber, plastic, and occasionally thin yarn mallets. The xylophone, or referred to as the xylo, can really be played in any group, band, marching band, orchestra, you name it. The design on the xylo is similar to the bells, the way the black bars are over the white keys. The xylo has a very short sound. Once you hit the note, it doesn't ring very much. Here's a clip of the legend Teddy Brown playing the xylophone in 1931. xylophone is my third favorite. Last up to bat, we have the marimba. The marimba, in my opinion, has the coolest sound as well as the prettiest look because they are made with rosewood bars. It is the only mallet instrument that can go very low. It has a range of 4 to 7 octaves and can be played with yarn mallets. The marimba and xylophone are the hardest of the two to tell apart because they are normally the same color and have the same black over white like I was telling you about earlier with the piano. The marimba is the most popular to play with 4 mallets. Here is a clip of someone playing with 2 mallets, then it will cut to a 4 mallet player. Marimba is my second favorite because I love the deep sound it makes when I play.